What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jtunes, and welcome back to another Mega Team to Glory. Guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. I'm going to condense everything. First off, my bad, I haven't uploaded in a couple of days. I've been a bit busy with the storm and stuff. Had got my games done, but just had time now to get in and edit up the footage. But we're going to be doing something a little bit differently in this episode because so much changed throughout the weekend league and the players that I was able to play with that I want to talk a little bit about some of the best players and some of the worst players that were on the team during Foot Champs. And again, every weekend we're going to be changing out one or two players, maybe adding a player to the squad, because there were a couple players that I got this past weekend that were freaking incredible, and I want to continue to use them through the weekend league for the next following weekend league. Plus, on Thursday, if another icon release drops, I want to be able to try those cards out as well. So we're going to be doing some things. I'm going to need your guys' help as well throughout this, I guess, mini-series in the Mega Team to Glory. We're just having fun with Foot Champs. So, first off, guys, you guys saw the team we're going to be starting off with. We had, of course, this squad sorted. We had Maradona for 20 games. We had Blanc for 20 games. Yashin, I think we only had for like 7 games or so because we had used them before. But and then I still have Van der Sar and other players to bring in. But we ended up buying Sergio Ramos, Modric, and Hullet to try out. Of course, we're going to also try out that Higuain for the weekend as well and see how it plays out. And, of course, the right back from Atletico, because I've been wanting to play with him. And I'm going to be honest with you, I really, really enjoy him. But we'll get into all of that. But we're going to talk about some of the best players that I play with and some of the worst, and what we're going to be doing for next weekend as well. But let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay so we can see what these players were doing, and I can tell you exactly how I feel about them, which probably some of you guys are going to hate. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, going into the gameplay real quick though before we do anything else. If you guys would be so kind to drop a like on the video. If we can get like 100 likes, that would be awesome. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe as well. And also, guys, share it with your friends. That would be awesome. But anyway, guys, going into this, we're going to talk again, like I said, about some of the best players that I played with over this past weekend, and that I think are in FIFA, and some of the worst players, or one in particular comes to mind, and we'll get to that. But during this weekend league, I got the opportunity to play with a lot of lone players that we've had on the bench. I had Ronaldinho for 20 games, which we'll look at his stats. We had Maradona, we had Blanc, we had Desailly. I even used Mateus at one point that we've had from since when he released. I had a couple games on him, decided to use that card as well. There's just so many cards that we had on loan and also that we bought. Now, Hullet, starting off, guys, was incredible for me this weekend. Now, I feel like I was losing out on his potential playing him at right CM or left CM. I think I'm going to keep him one more weekend and try him at cam, and we're going to mess around with the midfield a little bit this weekend coming up. And also, of course, the throwback, the icons might be coming out as well in the next this Thursday coming up, so we might wait for that and see what comes out, because if we get like a Maldini or an R9 or something like that, we'll toss them in for 20 games as well. So anyway, Hullet might stay around for another weekend or so. Modric, probably not, and then we'll figure out what else we're going to do with the team. But one of the best players that I had played with this weekend, guys, and I would never have tried his card out due to the fact that his stats look good, but his height is horrible, his weak foot's pretty bad, and also that he's a lefty, if I'm not mistaken. He's a lefty, and I try to avoid lefties. Even though a lot of players on my team are lefties right now, I don't do so great in front of goal with lefties. I'm just being honest with you. I try to avoid them. I like the right foot players. Messi has gotten back into my good graces after benching him and using him as a super sub after this past weekend. He is now back up there, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about that man right there, Maradona. Maradona was incredible for me, guys. Maradona got a lot of, and we'll see his stats at the end of these little clips here, and see what he did for us for the 20 games, which honestly I don't even think he played the full 20 games for me, due to the fact that I got into a game, and right when we got into a game, my opponent DC'd, and of course you lose that loan. But anyway, we'll see what he had for the 20 games afterwards, his stats. So Maradona, again, like I said, his weak foot's not the best. His stats are pretty good, but his height, right? But he really, really, really surprised me. Now, for my type of gameplay where I pass a lot with my front three and then just take the low driven, I didn't take long shots with him, so I don't know if his long shot's any good, any of that good stuff. But his runs, his assists of assists, and like, honestly, I feel like almost every single time in front of net, he finished for me. Look at that assist right there. Great little, held up the ball there. He's small as hell, held up the play, passed it off to Higuain. He gets a goal there, and he was doing a lot of assists. Look at the two players around him, just finding that space, getting around. He just felt so agile on the ball, passing it off to Rijkaard finding Higuain to get a goal. Now, I think with the players that we had, like Higuain felt incredible. before I lost Maradona, right? When Maradona's 20 games were up, Higuain to me was not so good. Like, he started frustrating me, and I think it's because Maradona would just find that space up front, or would just like get into those areas that would open up space for Higuain, or maybe everybody that I was playing was just guarding Maradona, scared of him, and just leaving Higuain by himself, and I was able to find space for him. So I think Maradona made, right? There's certain players on teams that make other players play better, in my opinion, and I feel like Maradona did that for Higuain, because after I lost him, I was like, Higuain not so good. But either way, guys, we're getting into these matches, and I would have to say, I don't know what his price is going for, but definitely, if you guys didn't try out Maradona's loan card, get it before it's out, if it's not out already. I think you still have a couple more days. I think it's until Wednesday or something. Hopefully, I'm right about that. If you didn't get his loan card, I would recommend trying it out. If you do have the coins, try him out on your team, and let me know what you think about him, because I feel like he's literally one of the best cards in the game, and should be, right? One of the best players in the world ever, and he should feel, actually, to be honest, he probably should feel better than what he is. And look at that shot from him. Like I was telling you guys, like, it felt like I didn't miss with him. Honestly, every time I took the shot, I was like, it's going in. I don't know why, it just happened, and he did incredibly well for us. So, Maradona, definitely would recommend trying it out. Actually, you know what? We could probably see what his price is going for real quick as I'm doing this, just to see if, do I think it's worth that or not on the PS4. And Maradona is going for, on the PS4, his prime icon, of course, is going for 15 million coins. Yeah, not worth it. I don't know if that is right or not, but 50 million coins, definitely not worth it. But if you get your hands on his loan card, I would definitely give it a go. Again, with the 92 pace, the 93 shot, his stats look incredible. The only downfall to him, like I said, is that he's 5'4", and of course he only has a 3-star weak foot, which is pretty horrible in my opinion. Now, guys, right there you just saw Blanc. I wanted to get to Blanc before all of this good stuff, but I have to say, one of the worst cards that I've played with, and I know a lot of people are probably going to hate that I said this and think that I'm crazy. Blanc is probably one of the worst center back cards that I have ever played with in FIFA. I've played with a lot of cards in FIFA, and Blanc last year was one of my favorite cards. I played with him this year, and the first couple of games that we played with him, I couldn't tell how bad he was until this game here. We get the red card now. Granted, the red card wasn't his fault. We were running. I pushed standing tackle some way, even with the graphics there. He got the red card. He got the pen. But where I saw that he was bad was after the fact, because after this game here, which if I'm not mistaken, we end up losing here. But after this game here, I had to switch out Blanc for Desailly due to the fact that he got the red card, and I really couldn't clear the red card because then you lose a game on him, and there's no point in that. So I ended up putting in Desailly for his 20 games that we had on him, and left Blanc on the bench till the end. Once Desailly's games are all done and over with. So we end up switching after this game, and this is what the team looks like. Looks exactly the same. The only player that we switched at this point in time was, of course, Desailly to go into that center back role. Yashin's games actually ran out as well, so we had to put in Van der Sar in net, so the team changed a little bit, right? So Desailly, we're going into the next 19 games that he has on him or whatnot, to finish him off, and Blanc takes the bench because he got the red card. We had to clear all that good stuff, right? So that gets done and taken care of. So going into the next matches, like I said, we're going to be using Desailly now, and like I said before, I didn't realize how bad he was until after the fact that Desailly was in. I think Desailly is probably one of the best. I really enjoy Maldini in this game. I really enjoy Rio, and I know a lot of people have talked about it. I think a lot of pros also enjoyed Desailly. Desailly did some incredible stuff, like amazing stops off of the line. Like, my keeper was out of position, he was there to clear it. Like, it was incredible seeing that type of player in your center back role, right in your defense. He was incredible for me and allowed me to start winning my games and stop stressing so much in defense, because with Blanc back there, guys, I really truly felt like I was always open. Like, Blanc makes these weird runs when you're not controlling him, and just leaves gaps in the back, which is very disheartening and very disappointing when it comes to Blanc in our center back role. Real quick, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Maradona stats for the first 20 games here, and then we'll get into more of Blanc and all that good stuff. But Maradona ended his 20 games with 19 goals and 11 assists. And we're not including the assists. We're not including the one game that I got DC'd from him. And of course, like, those stats aren't going to be there. But 19 goals, 11 assists, not including the assists, for a 3-star weak foot. And in game, he says he's 5'5", which, if I'm not mistaken, he's 5'4". But incredible, incredible card. Too much coins to go and buy. 15 million coins is way too many coins to buy. But if you haven't got his loan card, try him out, because one of the best cards in FIFA, in my opinion. So going back to Blanc here now, guys, because we've talked about, of course, Desailly was incredible, and there's no need to really talk too much about him, because he was just great. Ramos has been great, and back to Blanc here. Now, after Desailly's games were over and done with, of course, we had to bring Blanc back in, because we didn't have a center back. Okay, so we brought in Blanc to play his games, and we weren't doing so hot in the weekend league. Like, we didn't finish all that well. You'll see at the end. It's decent, but it's not the best. But we go back to Blanc for the rest of the games that we have to finish off weekend league, and he just starts making some stupid plays. And that's when I realized, like, when I had Desailly, right, I noticed, like I said, he was like, he wasn't making stupid runs. If you guys know what I'm talking about, when you're playing, you'll see your center back sometimes just be super aggressive and go after the ball when you're not controlling him. And I have my aggression super low, guys, but still, he was just making runs at the defenders or at the attackers, right? And just leaving gaps, leaving Sergio Ramos exposed in the back, and just the 1-2s would work on him all alone. I felt like I had to turn into Blanc all the time and push him back myself, because he just wanted to come forward. And I don't know what it was, maybe because of my team set up in the midfield or whatnot, but it was pretty damn bad and not enjoyable at all to play with Blanc. So I would have to say, I know a lot of people enjoy Blanc. I think my brother enjoyed Blanc. I think Filthy enjoys Blanc. And there's a lot of people that enjoy the center back Blanc. Me, I think he's the worst card in FIFA, and I would not waste any coins ever on him. Desailly, worth it. Sergio Ramos, worth it. Maldini, worth it. Rio, hell worth it. They're all worth it, right? Blanc sucks ass. Like, I hate him. I hate him so much. It's incredible, guys. Like, I was talking to my brother during Weekend League, and I was like, bro, I hate this card. It actually made Weekend League, like, unenjoyable for me because of Blanc. Like, seriously, he just pissed me off. And the thing with Blanc as well is, like, you're sitting there and you go into for a standing tackle, and most of the time when I went in for the standing tackle, he deflected the ball right back. Like, he would steal the ball, but he would deflect it right back in to my opponent, to just, like, let him in right behind. It was stupid things like that that just irritated me about him. Now, it could have been my gameplay during the weekend. It could have been the fact that I was playing with a whole bunch of different cards. But I tell you right now, one of the worst cards I've ever played with was Blanc. Desailly, enjoyed. Maldini, enjoyed. Hullet, enjoyed. Blanc, not worth it in my opinion, guys. You guys let me know down below what you think about Blanc. Actually, we're going to look up Blanc real quick as well. And his stats look incredible, guys. Like, seriously incredible. For the center back role, his prime, of course, you know, he looks really good. Going for 1.3 million coins, I would not buy him. I would not. I'd rather have Rio, Maldini, or Desailly back there, or even Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos really impressed me a lot over the past weekend as well. And I want to kind of look up Desailly. I'll look him up later. I want to see what Desailly is going for, because we might end up picking him up for the next weekend as well. But going into the rest of these games, a lot of things changed. Talking about Blanc as well, one more thing is the last couple of games, I don't know how it happened or what happened. We ended up, like, running out of a Blanc before Weekend League was over. I don't know how that happened, but it did. I ended up putting in Nacho to finish off my Weekend League games. We're going to take a look at Ronaldinho's stats as well at the end of this, because, of course, he was there for his 20 games to finish it off, which he did incredible as expected for me up top. But, yeah, Blanc, for some reason, ran out of the 20 games before Weekend League was over. I don't know what happened. There was a couple of, like, issues, like, when I went in. I even put it out on Twitter. Like, I got this stupid message saying that, you know, that I tampered with my thing. I think it's because of my opponent or something. Whatever. Like, I think we lost loan plays on that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Either way, Blanc ran out. I had nobody else, and the time was running out, so I put Nacho. Nacho's regular card. I think it's a 79 rated card at center back, and he did better than Blanc in my opinion. I'm not even BSing, man. Like, I am not BSing. Like, I put Nacho back there to finish off my games and ended off doing better than I did with Blanc there. It's crazy. Anyway, as you guys can see, Ronaldinho in on the team right now. So Mateus at this point comes in, if I'm not mistaken. No, we had Nainggolan in right now. I ended up bringing in Mateus as well to finish off the games because we had his loan card, and just to finish off the weekend league because we were getting pretty close. As you guys can see there, we're in Gold 1 right now. 4 games remaining with 27 games. We need to win these games to get 29, and that's really honestly my goal. I'm just having fun with it and trying out different players and different teams, but that's what we have to play with here. So right guard, dude, Ronaldinho was incredible. There's no way I'm gonna be able to buy him, but like I was saying, I had a whole lot of fun like trying out different cards. The only downfall to trying out different cards, I feel like, is that you don't get a real feel for the players or the team. So it was kind of jumbled up because certain players do certain things that other players don't do, right? So like Mateus plays differently than of course Nainggolan and things like that. So we had to change things up, and I had to get used to things on the fly, which was the only downside to the weekend league and doing it the way I was doing. I plan on doing it again the next weekend because I don't really care about my results. I want to get at least Elite 3. If we can get Gold 1, I mean Elite 1 or Elite 2, I'm just playing to have fun now, guys. Like it's not the stress of getting good placement is no longer there for me. But we're bringing Mateus for the rest of these games here, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, when I bring in Mateus, I also had to bring in Nacho at this point because this is the end of the games. I think I had to play 3 or 4 games with Nacho to finish it off. You can see him right there, and he did really good for me compared to Blanc. Like, I'd rather have Nacho on my team than Blanc. I'm not even playing. So that's how we end up finishing our weekend league. We do end up getting Elite 3, which is great. We still have 1 game remaining here. During this weekend, I did end up playing a couple top 100 players as well. Well, 1 top 100 player, one of the best players I've ever seen in this game. He literally made me feel like a bronze 1 player. I don't know if the gameplay was in here or not, guys, but I ended up playing Diddy from New York. He signed with New York. Of course, you guys all know him. He went to, I think, Berlin last year. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I ended up playing him, and I literally messaged him after the game. He made me feel like I was a bronzy playing this game. The gap, the skill gap between a top 100 player and a pro player, right? A pro player, because that's what they are, compared to somebody like me who gets Elite 1, gets Elite 2, gets decent finishes, is massive. He was doing things to me that I didn't even understand. Like, I'm being real. This is the last game of the weekend league for us here, guys, and we're getting dominated. 33 minutes in, and we have 3 goals against already. And then El Matador comes to score another one. At this point, I'm missing one of the favorite players that we had during the weekend, which was Maradona. Of course, I now have Nacho in defense, and I'm okay with that because I hated Blanc. I literally hated Blanc. We're losing, but we start coming back here. It's 1-4 with 56 minutes left. Messi to Hullet, and look at that ball from Hullet. Another player that I didn't really get a chance to play with too much, but he was on our bench. I think he comes in this game and shows up. Was Salah, guys. We're bringing Salah, and oh my God, I know he has a 2-star weak foot and all that stuff, but I tell you one thing. This card is nuts. We're definitely going to play with him this next weekend coming up because he is so damn fast and he finishes so well. Like, we come back because of Salah and Lozano in this game. Again, my team was all discombobulated and stuff after losing those players, but look at this right here. That was a bad pass, but it falls right back to him. And then just wait, take the shot, boom, and he makes it 5-4. Like, Salah gets 3 goals in this game. So another player that we're going to have to play with this coming up weekend. We're going to change things up, of course. I need your guys' help. We have about 4 million coins. I have already sold Modric. We didn't even talk about Modric in the midfield. But I want to be honest with you, I do not think Modric is worth the coins for the midfield team of the year. Modric, definitely not worth it. Save your coins. If I'm not mistaken, he's going for over $1 million. I ended up selling mine right after weekend league, and it was pretty bad. So we get the 30 wins here, guys. And to look at real quick Ronaldinho's stats, he went for 20 games for us, got 21 goals and 7 assists. So really good on his return. Again, don't know if we'll actually buy him and use him in our team, but a hell of a good card. Really enjoyed him. I really don't skill as much as a lot of other players do, so maybe the skill moves, like, for me, like, I don't care for skill moves. I do a couple here and there. I need them every now and then, but I don't skill all that much. But he's agile, he's nice, and he scores the goals when needed. So 21 goals, incredible. Now, Modric for me, not worth the card, guys. And I know there's not really a lot of time to be talking about all these cards in here because we talked about Maradona, we talked about We talked about so many cards already, but Modric was a quick put on the market and sell right away. Right now he's going on PlayStation for like 1.2 mil, almost 1.3. Well, actually 1.230, but still not worth it in my opinion for that card. Incredible card, like if you have everything else around in your midfield, but I'd rather use that 1.2 on putting money towards getting like Patrick in your midfield or right guard, or even saving that money and getting Hullet in your midfield. Definitely a good card, but not worth the coins in my opinion. Team of the Year Ramos, incredible. Team of the Year Marcelo, definitely worth his coins. Next card I kind of want to try is De Bruyne. We might end up getting into Team of the Year De Bruyne as well, because I've heard good things about him. Modric, I wouldn't waste coins on, honestly, in my opinion. You guys can let me know down below what you guys think about everything that I've talked about. All the players. Tell me if you guys like Prime Blanc. I hated him. Maradona, enjoyed the hell out of him. Hullet, incredible. Who else? Did we talk about Ramos? Ramos, I enjoyed him. So many players I enjoyed this weekend. Ronaldinho, enjoyed him. So you guys, I know this is a little bit different, and we didn't go through every single set of games. You did see where we placed, of course, for the week, which was 30 wins, Elite 3. I'm happy with that. We'll get Elite 1 for the month. Elite 3, we get some informs coming up. But trying out different cards made FUT Champs a little more fun for me, and also frustrating when you get a bad center back. I'm just saying. Either way, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy FIFA, make sure to subscribe. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for all the support. I love your faces, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces, baby.